After 13 fantastic action-packed years, I am moving on from Treyarch. During my time at the studio, I've been privileged to work on a variety of projects, wearing many hats along the way, with my time on the Zombies team proving to be quite special. It's a team comprised of some of the most creative and talented developers in the industry, many of whom you've never seen because they're behind the scenes shaping the direction of each experience. Clearly, I'd be remiss if I don't personally thank the group that continues to make it all worth it. The Zombies community. Your passion, enthusiasm, and frankly, your craziness has been a continued source of inspiration. The beauty of Zombies is that it has always been about the interactions between us as developers and one of the most passionate player communities on the planet. These are memories I will cherish for a lifetime. The team at Treyarch has been nothing short of awesome. Thank you. And thank you to the fans for giving me an opportunity to bring to life the undead in so many wonderful ways. The honor has been all mine. Jason Blundell. So there you guys go. It's finally official. Jason Blundell is gone from Treyarch, and I don't really know exactly how people are generally feeling towards this, because I know how I personally feel is that I kind of felt like this was the case. Like, even though we had a story about it in the past that's, turned out to be fake, but really, as we could see now, it wasn't all too fake in the end, now was it? But I kind of felt like it was the case. I just didn't feel like Jason Blundell was going to be able to come back from that. I mean, you can't really overlook what Black Ops 4 was. And of course, I'm not trying to knock Jason Blundell, especially on his way out, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, Black Ops 4 Zombies was its launch was unacceptable. Like, it just was. And he was obviously the head of Zombies, so that falls entirely on him. So I could clearly see all of the things that could have led up to his, it seems like they're making it sound like he walked away or something like that, but it seems like it was dismissal by rather the higher-ups at Activision or maybe the higher-ups at Treyarch themselves, so we're not sure. But really, I'm leaning much more towards that than the fact that, he just wanted to leave. But regardless, it is kind of sad, though. I'm not trying to take away from that moment, because Jason Blundell has done a lot of great things for Zombies. Because yes, during the Zelensky years, the Zombies were great, at least I'm told. And personally for me, I really kind of got into Zombies during Black Ops 2, and Mob of the Dead and Origins were by far the highlights of that game. And there was Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 3 was the highlight of Zombies, and he was the one leading all of that. So it just kind of sucks to see that the guy, or I guess the top guy, behind all of that is now gone from Treyarch, and he's not going to be working on any Treyarch zombie games in the future, or any Treyarch games in the future, period. And I am interested to see where he kind of ends up. I'm kind of interested if he's going to continue to work inside the gaming, universe, or is he going to, just retire? Because you have to remember, he was a head of a studio. It's not like he was poor, to say the very least. I don't know if you understand how much, top people in video game studios make. You have to remember, especially for Call of Duty, they sell for millions and even billions of dollars. But regardless, I'm curious to see if he does go back into gaming. He could easily retire, I imagine. So, I'm curious if he does go somewhere else. I'd love to see what he would work on somewhere else. But at the same time, I'm not sure if he'd actually do that. But really, it is kind of unfortunate still in the end, because Zombies has been great. Even though Black Ops 4, the last thing he worked on wasn't the greatest thing, and not almost anybody liked it, which kind of sucked. But I don't know. I really don't know what to make of this whole thing, because I'm not shocked like I was when, the leak originally happened. I'm not like, this is not okay. I'm not like that, because I kind of felt like this was the case for a while, but at the same time, I'm understanding of it because of the time that's passed and the time I got to overthink, why would Jason Blundell leave? And that's why right now I'm just kind of here and just there. That's all I can really say about this. But I do have to mention, future Treyarch games, because I know there are some people who will see Jason Blundell leaving and say Zombies is dead or whatever, which I would quickly say to them that Zombies has been dead as a joke. Yes, a joke, please don't hate me. But yeah, regardless, I don't think it's really the end of Zombies, because you have to remember, Zombies isn't made by one guy. Yes, Jason Blundell was a top guy, but it's still not made by one guy. We haven't heard about Kevin Sherwood leaving, we haven't heard about Brian Toohey, we haven't heard about even Craig Houston, we haven't heard about any big names besides Jason Blundell leaving. It's not like something we saw with Infinity Ward when, you know, the whole studio collapsed back in 2007, I want to say. I'm not sure exactly the year, but regardless, it's not like, you know, that all happened. It's not like we're losing the entire Zombies team. It's just, you know, a very prominent figure in it. So I don't imagine that Zombies is going to get and that much worse, if any worse at all. And I mean, it really makes you question who's going to be the next head of Zombies. Like, who is it going to be? Is it going to be Craig Houston? Because a lot of people will jump to their minds directly to Craig Houston because he seemed like second in command there. But a lot of other people will understand that, you know, there's a certain individual that I made a video on that has been working at Treyarch since halfway through Black Ops 4. And of course, I'm talking about Lee Ross. I mean, is Lee Ross going to take some major role in I guess, the development of Zombies and the Zombies team? Because, I mean, really, it does open the door for him, because it was not an option I really considered inside the video I talked of, which is still a really good video. I'd recommend you guys check it out. It'll be on screen on one of these sites. I'm not exactly sure where, but regardless, it does make me question what's going to go on with the future of Zombies. I still think there's going to be Zombies inside Black Ops 5 that's coming out later this year, or whatever it's going to be called. Of course, we don't know if it's called Black Ops 5, but you know, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I'm still optimistic about Black Ops 5 regardless. Like, even without Jason Blundell, I still think that Black Ops 5 could still be great. And I don't think Jason Blundell leaving really does affect that, because, again, I'm a huge fan of Jason Blundell. I think he made Zombies better after he took over, and that's not to knock Jimmy Zielinski either, but I just feel like he made Zombies even better than what already was. But maybe we need something like that already, because, I mean, really, we haven't had a very different Zombies experience since Black Ops 3. It's kind of been the same thing over and over again. So maybe some major changes at the leadership is what Zombies needs, because that's what it needed back when Jimmy Zielinski left. So maybe we need a repeat of that, and we're going to see someone else step in. Who it is, though, I have no idea, because I personally just don't think Craig Houston's the right person to do it, because you need a major change here, because Craig Houston has been along the way with Jason Blundell this entire time, whereas in the past when Jason Blundell took over Zielinski's job, it wasn't really like him working with Zielinski. They didn't work, obviously they worked in the same studio, but they didn't work like directly with each other, because one was working on campaign, was with Zombies. So maybe you do need some outside person to really freshen things up with Zombies. I don't know. It's just kind of how it is right now. But regardless, that's what I'm thinking about this situation. Not too surprised, kind of expected it, was keeping quiet about it and kind of assuming it wasn't the case for the longest time, but I really thought it was the case. I really thought Jason Blundell was gone for a while now, so this isn't a huge surprise to me. And also, I don't know, I think it could be rather a great thing for Zombies, or end up being the worst thing for Zombies, really, at that moment for Zombies right now, because Zombies hasn't done too great these last few years, and maybe this is exactly what we need. I have no idea. But regardless, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions about Jason Blundell leaving Treyarch. Do you guys think that Zombies is officially dead, even though it hasn't been doing great regardless? Or maybe you think there's optimism to be seen here because of what I've said in this video? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. But that's about it for me. If you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead, do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and all that great stuff, and I'll catch you guys next stream, video, or whatever it may be, and laters, guys.